You all my lecture series of C programming. In last video we have seen what is a one-dimensional array and how that initialized using the compile time and runtime initializations. In this video we are going to see about the two-dimensional arrays. The one-dimensional arrays we have only one variable. We are using only one variable and one row, and we have multiple columns. In the two-dimensional array are used in a situation where a table of values need to store in an array. Suppose you have a rows and columns values, that values is used to store in an array. We can use a two-dimensional array. So the declaration of two-dimensional array is like a one-dimensional, except we have a row size and column size. The syntax of two-dimensional array is we have a data type, space and array name, followed by the braces, square braces that have the row size, and square braces they have a column size. So the syntax is data type, array name, and we have a row size and column size. These two are specified in terms of square brackets. For example, consider int a of 3 and 3. So what is the first 3? It is represents the row size. So we are having 3 rows and 3 columns. The memory representation of two-dimensional array in the above declaration is like that. In that, the name of the array is A, that contain 3 rows and 3 columns. So for in the array already we know that the starting index is 0. So the rows are 0, 1 and 2 for the row index, and column index is 0, 1 and 2. So this is the representation of this declaration. So next the initialization is like the one-dimensional array. So in that also we have a compile time initialization and runtime initialization. So the compile time initialization, so what is the syntax is data type followed by the array name and row size and column size, which is equal to the set contains the list of values, which is separated by each value is separated by the comma. For example, int a of 3 and 3. So we are having a 9 values, that is 865, that is the first row. The second row is 193 and 643. So this is the 9 value representation. 865 is the first row. Next to 219, that represents the second row, and 367 is the third row values of each columns. So how we can access that each element in the array means using the index. For example, a of 0, 1, that means that represents the value is in 0. We have a 0th row in 1th column. What is the value is the value is 6. So that is the way we can access the row and column value of each given array. So this is the representation of multidimensional array, a of 0, 0, a of 0, 1, 0, 2. So the first row, and we have a multiple columns. In the second row also the rows are 0 to end, and third row also we have a multiple columns. So the example is array name, row index and column index. This is the representation. So for example, this is the example program for 2D array declaration. So in that array name is DSP, that have 2 rows and 3 columns. So for example, that this example is initialization using the runtime. So we have 2 for loops, one for the row and another for the column. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 2, I plus plus, because the value of row index is 3. So we have to check whether that could reach 0, 1. The 0th row and first row is should be read, and the columns are 0, 1 and 2. So the for I loop is 2 times the index number of iteration is 2. The for j loop we have a number of iteration is 3. So after the j loop we have to get the value of each rows and columns using the scanf. So the scanf we have an address specifier comma, we have an address of ampersand of DSP of I comma j. So the I means the outer inner loop is executed 3 times. After the outer loop is first iteration, the outer loop is executed and the inner loop is executed 3 times. After that, you go to the outer loop and check the condition. If it is less than 2, then go to the inner loop and execute it 3 times. So this is the way we are going to get the value of that array. So after again you have to print, for the printing also we have to use the I comma j loop. So the outer loop is executed 2 times and the inner loop is executed 3 times. So the output of the above program is we are going to get the value of 6 values from the user, and that representation is given using the output printf statement. So what is the representation of these things? So this is the way we can represent, we can initialize, we can declare or initializing the value either compile time and runtime in the 2-dimensional array. I hope you will understand. So what is the 2-dimensional, how the syntax is represented, and how each element is accessed using the rows and columns. Thank you.